know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the US, let me know what country you're representing. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Sad news, fam. Sad news. This is breaking news. This is a this is a report that I never thought that I'd have to make. Family, we lost a solid cat today. In fact, I don't know if he died today, but his body was found today. His body and his wife's body was found today. I'm talking about the one, the only, the legendary Rob Reiner. Rob Reiner, who was an actor and director, and his wife, Michele Singer Reiner, have died. Uh, Two bodies were found in Rob and Michele's Brentwood home Sunday afternoon, and law enforcement sources say that it is the Reiners. Sources say that the two suffered lacerations consistent with a knife. The LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division is still investigating. Rob, the son of famed comedian Carl Reiner, who passed away in 2020, started his career in show business as a comedy writer in the 1960s, working as Steve Martin's writing partner on the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour in 1968 and 69. Throughout the 1970s, Rob starred as Michael Stivic, also known as Meathead, on the hit sitcom All in the Family, for which he won two Primetime Emmys Awards for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series. All in the Family ran for 205 episodes, coming to a close in 1979, at which point Reiner's focus shifted more towards directing. His rock mockumentary, This Is Spinal Tap, marked his first big hit in the director's chair. Over the next decade, Rob directed iconic films like Stand By Me, The Princess Bride, and When Harry Met Sally, the last of which led to the love of his life. While directing When Harry Met Sally, Rob met Michele, a photographer, and the two married in 1989. Perhaps even bigger than that, their relationship actually convinced Rob to change the ending of the rom-com to have Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan's characters end up together. Rob continued directing during their more than 35-year marriage, helming projects like Misery, A Few Good Men, The American President, The Bucket List, and Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues. Rob has one more directorial project, which, according to the IMDb, has been completed. Live concert footage of the fictional band Spinal Tap playing at Stonehenge, along with other massive names in music. The film is set to come out next year. Younger fans may recognize Rob from his acting role as Jess' father, Bob, on The New Girl, or his last part in season 4 of The Bear, a businessman, Albert Schooner. Michele and Rob had 3 kids, Jack, Nick, and Romy. Rob also had a daughter with Tracy from his first marriage to director was he also had a daughter named Tracy from his first marriage to director Penny Marshall. Y'all remember Penny, who starred in the sitcom, um, what was that, Laverne and Shirley? I think that was the name of it, Laverne and Shirley, right? So Rob was 78, Michele was 68. Wow, R.I.P. This one caught me off guard, fam. This caught me off guard. Look, let me tell you something, fam. I gotta give respect where respect is due, credit where credit is due. I pay homage. I absolutely loved uh, I absolutely loved the role that Rob played, Meathead, the Meathead character in All in the Family. All in the Family was one of the greatest sitcoms ever produced, and that theme song that they have is probably my all-time favorite. Uh, Probably my all-time favorite. The only thing that I can think of that can compete with it is the uh, the theme song from Good Times. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you straight up, fam. This is one of, like I say, All in the Family was one of my favorite, absolute favorite sitcoms. And you know, uh, even though Archie Bunker, the character Archie Bunker, played by Carol O'Connor, played a racist, most people that spoke on him and that knew him personally said he was far from that. But you know, this is really to me like losing a family member because I watched all the episodes of All in the Family. One of my absolute favorite shows, one of the most well written sitcoms ever, and everything about it. Just like all of those sitcoms, well, most of those sitcoms back in the day, those sitcoms were well written, well produced, well performed. They had, I mean, it was like if you think about all of the actors that were in those sitcoms, even the ones who played the smallest roles, it was like they were born for those roles. No, you couldn't imagine anybody else in those roles. So yeah, I used to love the banter between Meathead and Archie Bunker. The banter between them was just ridiculous. And it was so like realistic, like, you know, like you got this raging racist dude, like ignorant dude played by Carol O'Connor. And then you got Rob Stivic, who is this idealistic guy, you know, liberal idealistic guy, you know, going head to head with his conservative father, conservative racist father on a daily basis. It was just, I mean, it was perfect TV, man. It was perfect TV. So I had to hop on here and pay homage to the great Rob Stivic, the dude, and carried himself with a lot of class throughout all of these decades. You never hear any stupid stuff involving him. He just put his head down and go to work, right? And this is a tragic way for him to die. This sounds like foul play because you know people don't typically kill themselves with knives, you know, especially a double homicide. That's not how it goes. You know, you people don't typically kill their spouse and then kill themselves with you know, with a knife. So it sounds like somebody murdered them. And I hope like hell they find the dirty, low down, uncivilized mutts who did that to them because, I don't know what it was behind. It sounds like it could have just been a robbery or something, but typically they say when people use knives to murder, that's a serious thing. That's typically a personal thing, a very personal thing, because it's up close and in person. So typically, it's it's something personal. So it's probably somebody who they know. That's another bad thing about it. I don't want to jump to conclusions too much, but I bet you a dollar to a donut it was somebody that they knew, somebody that they trusted to an extent, who they allowed into their home, probably knew the lay of the land, you know. And so yeah, um this is sad, man. This is really sad. Uh Rob Reiner was a solid dude in the game. Like I say, you never heard any about any scandals and stuff involving Rob Reiner. If it's anything out there, I missed it. All I ever known was him to produce great movies, and anytime he acted, he was on point. Always extremely believable. You know, damn man, this is just, it's enough that all our legends, not all of our legends, but so many of our legends are leaving us, right? So many of our legends are checking out. They're getting old and they're dying, you know. Um, their bodies are betraying them. So we're losing a lot of legends. But and I think most of us, we resolve to knowing and accepting that, this is dying as a part of living, right? But when somebody die like this, unexpectedly, tragically like this, it's a heavy weight. It's a heavy load and it's hard to accept, man. It's extremely sad. It's extremely sad. Um, so yeah, yeah, James. Yeah, this sounds like foul play. Absolutely, it sounds like foul play. And whoever did that was foul. Whoever did it was foul, man. And they're gonna catch him. Whoever did it will be caught. Guaranteed. They will be caught. It's very difficult these days to get away with crime, especially a brazen crime, especially a crime where you kill good people, good, decent people. Remember when Clarence Avant's wife was murdered in her home? I covered that and I said that they would find the perpetrator and they found that food within 24 hours. You're not going to get away with those type of crimes. They will use all of their resources to make sure that you do not get away with those type of crimes. Man, yeah. So, um, yeah, didn't expect that, fam. Didn't see that one coming. Didn't see that one coming at all. You asked, was your comment deleted? I don't know. I don't know if my moderator's here because I didn't delete it. So I wouldn't know if your comment was deleted, brother. Sister, I don't know who that was. But yeah, um, man, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I saw you say somebody said they clicked had to click fact check. Let me tell you something about me, fam. When it comes to death, I'm not gonna jump the gun. I'm not gonna jump the gun. I'd rather I'd rather everybody beat me to the punch than to jump out there and get it wrong on something like that. I'd rather everybody beat me to the punch and I cover it last because no matter what happens, when I cover it, I'm gonna cover it my way. Nobody's gonna cover anything the way I cover it. Nobody can cover any news, any reports like Willie D can. Like I can't recover, like I can't cover reports like the next man can or the next woman can. They got their own thing, they got their own style, they do them. So no matter what we're talking about, no matter what the narrative is, no matter what the topic is, I'm going to cover it the way I cover it. And that's going to be unique every single time. Nobody's going to cover anything, especially the news, the way that I cover it. So I'm going to make sure I get it right when it comes to things like this. I don't want to cover this. I really didn't want to cover this, you know, really didn't want to talk about this. But I got to pay homage. I got to pay homage. Rob Reiner, oh man, that's my dude, man. I got to pay homage. Got to show love. Yeah, I got to show love. I got to show love. I got to pay homage. And that's the cool thing about having this platform. I ain't gotta wait on CNN to validate somebody that I rock with. You know, I ain't gotta wait on CNN. I ain't gotta wait on NBC, ABC, CBS, MSNBC, Fox. I can come on here and go live and direct and put the message out there and let y'all know how I feel right off the top. And right now, I feel bad. I feel bad. I was drinking me some tea. I was getting ready. I was winding down actually, checking my traps, getting ready to lay it down, and then I saw this. At first, when I read the headline, I thought that his wife was found dead. And it was like, no, it was both of them. Both of them. Yeah. Yeah, that's tough, man. That's tough. And you know what's really tough going forward for me is watching All in the Family, which I watch all the time. I watch that's how good that show was. You can watch the repeats. Just like Sanford and Son, you can watch Sanford and Son over and over again. You can watch Good Times over and over again. You can watch, what was that Sherman Hemsley show? Moving on up, Different Strokes. No, that's different. That's the other show. What's the Sherman Hemsley show? Um, yeah, but that show. Yeah, I used to watch that show. The Jeffersons. Yeah, yeah, I would watch that show over and over and over again. I can watch those episodes all over and over and over again. So, like going forward, it's different. Like if you know the all of those, if I'm not mistaken, all of the lead characters on All in the Family have passed on. Um, let me see something. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, all of the core characters, yeah, most of the main cast of All in the Family has died. Carol O'Connor, Gene Stapleton, who played Edith, even the supporting star Sherman Hemsley and Isabel Sanford, who played Louise. Um, but uh, Sally Struthers is still alive. She's still alive, and you know, um, Sally Struthers played Gloria, the wife uh, of uh, of Ryan, the wife of Rob Reiner, who played Mike Stivic. Yeah, um, yeah. So yeah, Mike Stivic, Meathead. So yeah, everybody's gone now. Everybody's gone except Gloria. Except Sally Struthers, who played Gloria. Everybody's gone. You know, Isabel Sanford is gone. Sherman Hemsley is gone. Rob Reiner, Gene Stapleton, Carol O'Connor. All of them. Great. All of them in their own right. In their own right. All of them. Great actors, great actresses. All of them. All of them. So yeah, it's already tragic, when our legends pass on, but it's a double tragedy when we know they die in that type of manner. Yeah, we know that that's a double tragedy when they die like that. and it looks like that they were murdered. That's really bad, man. That's just damn. Mm, yeah. Let me look at see if I got any they got any updates on there. Um, no update there. Just checking out some of my sources. Um, let's go here. Let's see. Yeah. You know what's really creepy, fam? Like when somebody's here today and they're gone today. Like when somebody's here today and then you look up and you read something about their life and it says was an American director, was an American rapper, you know, was. Yeah, that yeah. Mm. Reiner was born into a Jewish family in the Bronx, New York, on March 6, 1947. His parents were Esther and Carl Reiner. As a child, Reiner lived at 48 Bonnie Meadow Road in uh, New York, New Rochelle, New York. He studied at the UCLA Film School. Early 60s, Reiner served as a trainee apprentice at the Bucks County Playhouse in New Hope, Pennsylvania. He is credited as Robert Reiner with the non speaking role of Thomas, who is the horse wrangler, appointed by the bloodthirsty Sergeant Wesley Cowles, played by Charles McGraw in Wagon Train, Season 5, Episode 22. The Lieutenant Burton story, starring Dean Jones in the title role, which aired on February 27, 1962. In the late 1960s, Reiner acted in bit roles in several television shows, including Batman, That Girl, The Andy Griffith Show, Room 222, Gomer Pyle, USMC, and The Beverly Hillbillies. During this time, he also appeared in several films, including some by his father, such as Where's Papa? He began his career writing for the Smother Brothers Comedy Hour in 1968 and 69, with Steve Martin as his writing partner, as the two young writers on the show. The boy worked with Steve Martin, man. I mean, he worked with legends. Steve Martin, um, Isabel Sanford, Sherman Hemsley, Carol O'Connor. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he had comedy all around him though. He was married to um, what's her name? Who played Laverne and Shirley. But yeah, he had comedy. He was surrounded by comedy. Penny Marshall. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, he married to Penny Marshall. Yeah, but it was that role. It was his role in Archie Bunker. I mean, on All in the Family, playing Michael Stivic. That was the role. That was his breakthrough role. That's the role that made him famous, playing the liberal son-in-law. That's the role that made him famous. A lot of people don't know that show was inspired by a British comedy show called Till Death Do Us Part. All in the Family was the most watched television program in the United States for 5 seasons from 1971 to 1976. That's a good run. The most watched for 5 years. That's a good run. That's a damn good run. Yeah, so yeah, it was something it was comedy like it was the best comedy to watch him and his cantankerous father-in-law, Carol O'Connor, playing Archie Bunker, going back and forth on each other. That was just crazy. I don't even know how they lived in the same house. I couldn't live in the house with somebody who argued like that. Like who always had my throat. I couldn't live like that. I'm gonna have to make some contact. I couldn't do that. Boy, they used to be at each other's throat. The thing about it is that I know people that have families like that. All day, every day, they just be going at each other's throat. They love each other though. They don't fight. Kind of like how, All in the Family was. They don't fight. But boy, they be tearing each other up all day. I couldn't do it. I can't have somebody talking about me like that every day, man. Meathead, meathead. he got, he got under Mike's skin a few times so badly that Mike had to leave the house. Mike go storm out the house, and then Gloria go looking for him. My God, Dad, why'd you do that? Boy, she had the most annoying voice when she started crying. And Archie get all sad and try to console her, and or she go running to eat it and and eat it, try to calm her down. Man, that was a hell of a show, man. That was a great show. That was a great show, and I still watch it. I'm gonna continue to watch it. Hell, no, I can't watch it tonight. I can't watch it tonight. I'm just it's too much to watch it tonight. But I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna watch it again. But man, yeah, Rob Reiner, Rob Reiner. But he left us with some damn good shows. He left us with a wealth of art, a wealth of work. Like I'm talking about good stuff, solid stuff. So he's definitely going to be remembered for a long, long time. He'll definitely be remembered. That's my time, fam. I appreciate y'all joining the live. You know what? I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna hold on a second before I shut it down. I'm gonna do some shout outs. See who's checking it out. See who's on the live. I see Amazing Love. What's up, Amazing Love? Is that Keith? What's up, Keith? Let's see. Connie Harsh. What's up, Connie? Angela. See Matthew. Lucky. What up? What up, Lucky? All right, fam. That's my time. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Hey, keep the chat going, fam, because y'all know this is what we do. Like in times like this, we just kind of fellowship, just kind of get together, go down memory lane, and salute, salute, salute. R.I.P. Rob and Michele Reiner. No more talk.